All right, finally. Welcome to the Outlet, the podcast. We're your plugs. I'm Akila the Genius.
And I'm Deej the Defender.
And I'm Roy the General.
And today we have a special guest. Her name is Ayanna Sabrina. Say hello to the people.
Hey everyone, how are you doing? I'm Ayanna Sabrina.
The topic of today's discussion is going to be entrepreneurship through the eyes of an influencer. So,
woo! Welcome, Ayanna.
Ayanna Sabrina has millions of followers on TikTok and on Instagram, and she's going to talk to us about what that's like, a day in the life or the life of an influencer, and encouraging people who may want to do that as a career path. So let's just jump right into it.
Yes.
How did you get started?
Okay, so social media has always been in my entire life. I always loved YouTube. Mm-hmm. I grew up watching YouTube a lot, and that's kind of where it started, like making videos, recording. I would be at school making videos on the computer, trying to edit them and upload them. That's where it mainly started, and my dad also did videography, photography, so it was kind of easy for me to get into that world because I always had cameras around the house and editing equipment just to, use to make my videos. Mm-hmm. So that started very young, but I didn't take social media serious until I was 17. 17 years, that's when I took it seriously.
Okay.
I think you're a dope person. I mean, just from doing research and going on your social media platforms, into TikTok and Instagram, your followers and the likes and the videos, so much content. Like, how do you do that? You're doing it every day, uploading constantly.
It is, I will say, for me starting out, posting content is something I have already been doing before even making it a job. It was something I've always been interested in. Okay. So now that it has become my job, it makes it easier to post because now I have a reason to post. Yeah. Back then I was just posting for everybody to see, but now I have like people looking at me, an audience looking at me, expecting me to post, and everybody are looking for me. If I don't post, everybody's like, where are you at? Why didn't you post today? Why are you missing? And then it kind of encourages me to keep on going. It's like when people are on your back about posting, you post.
Gotcha. Let's talk a little bit about your content. So what type of videos do you post? What are your followers, what are you known for?
Okay, so I'm mostly known for beauty, makeup, fashion, clothes. I first started out doing story times. I did this crazy story time about my Uber driver, and then from there it like took off, and then I started telling other people's stories. People started sending me anonymous stories, and then that's how I initially blew up. But I would always do makeup, always do hair in my videos while I would tell the stories.
Nice, I like it.
And then I just started focusing on beauty, period, because people ask, oh, how did you do your eyebrows? Yeah. How did you contour your nose? How did you do this a certain specific way? And I would go into details, and then I started, talking about the certain products I would use so they could try it out for themselves too.
So that gives me an idea of that's like kind of a two-parter there. So I remember when we talked about having you on the show, you talked about your background as a dancer.
Yes. And
so you could give us a little bit of insight on that, like, it's like, did you go to school to do makeup, or I know the answer, but like I'm sure everybody else wants to know that as well.
Like, how did I get into makeup?
Yes.
Okay, so I went to school for dance. I first went to Freedom Theater. That was a dance school. I went to Philadelphia, and I went to Kappa, Creative and Performing Arts School in Philadelphia. And there, I had to learn how to do my makeup because we were constantly on stage. Mm-hmm. And so that's how I learned, by always having to prepare. I always do makeup for my other friends, that also had to perform. Okay. And it's like, they even encouraged me to make videos because they're like, you can do makeup. And so that's another reason why, like, how I got into even recording my makeup and teaching other women how to do makeup.
How long you say you've been doing this?
Makeup or social media?
Social media.
Well, I've done social media my entire life, but I didn't take it seriously until I was 17.
Oh,
so like a good 5 years.
So you blew up how long? 4 5 years?
I started taking off when I was 18, like after a year of being serious. and that's when
What was the first video that took off?
I shaved my head bald.
Wow.
That video, it got
G.I. Jane?
that video got 900,000 views.
Wow.
And I was in high school at the time, and when that video first took off
Yeah.
in high school,
Yeah.
everybody at my school saw the videos. Teachers, principals, everybody saw me shave my head bald.
So how was that for you? Did it feel liberating for you to do that?
Shave my head bald.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been wanting to shave my head bald for the longest, and I was just finally feeling confident enough to shave my head bald, not just in front of the, just doing it for myself, but for the entire world to see.
Right.
And it kind of encouraged other girls in my classroom to shave their head bald. So I started seeing everybody with short hair that year.
So you started like a movement.
Yeah, in a way.
Movements.
Yeah.
Bald-headed movement.
Bald, or like a little bit where you could like dye
Was it shiny ball? Like
Shiny ball.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, like clean ball.
What?
Skin ball. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
no.
Yep.
Wow.
That's bold.
Oh, did you get sunburned on that?
That's bold.
Sunburn? Oh well, it was cold at the time, so I wore a lot of hats outside.
Okay.
Just
Still
checking.
winter. like
Yo,
December.
now right now is where we need to insert a photo of you.
Oh yeah, I got a plenty of photos of me bald-headed.
with the baldy.
Yep.
But listen, you see, Ayanna, she has a pretty face.
Oh, she's I know she.
beautiful, and so that she can pull off anything.
I do believe that.
So you trying to
I
say
do
how
believe
people
that.
can shave the head ball?
Oh my God, no!
No, did not say that.
Everybody can not do that. No.
And around that time, the natural hair community started to blow up because that's when a lot of girls started doing big chops, you know, and everybody started converting into, doing natural hair. And that was a form of me also starting my natural hair journey too.
Okay.
So I was just starting over like everybody else was.
Okay.
Did you ever think about giving up?
Social media?
Yeah.
No. Never thought about giving up. It was impossible because, like I said, I've always done it my entire life. It's always been a passion for me. Like I said, my dad, he always did videography, so it's just gonna always be in my life.
So it's embedded.
Right.
Yeah.
So
in your family.
You would think it's easy for you.
Well, it's easy. It's very easy for me now compared to when I first started off trying to edit videos. Editing could take anywhere from like 5 to 10 hours, depending on how long the video is and how much editing you want to do. It takes so much time, and I work on those videos after school every day.
Right.
Consistent, like it was my job,
Yes.
and I was still working other jobs at the same time. I just loved doing social media.
Nice. Okay. As time consuming as creating content is and doing social media is, how does that affect other areas
And
Oh.
social
in your
life.
life? Your social life and other areas of your life.
Okay.
Like, does it feel like there's a lot of pressure, so to speak, to
But
kind
I
of?
think we should say, do your boyfriend get jealous because you're popular?
No.
Okay, so
You can answer all of those.
Okay, I'm gonna answer all three. So I heard 3 questions there. First one I heard about time. So I'm very good at time management now. I don't have to spend as much time as I used to due to the fact that I edit way faster now, and I film on specific days. I have certain work days, and I have certain days that I don't do any work because that's my break. Those are my days.
Yeah.
But I mostly work Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And then honestly, truth be told, like the other days, I spend, handling emails and handling contracts, and also just making sure everything is in order. Also, my videos have to be approved, so I have to wait to even post. Another thing you talked about was like my social life and how it is now. I'm still always open to new friends, but I don't ever tell anyone that I do social media.
Okay.
Because I know some people everybody, act a little different when they know. So going into it, I'd be like, oh, I don't do social media. No, I don't be on social media. No. Unless we build up a strong friendship. And over time they might know, but my closest friends have been friends with me since I was like 5, 6 years old. So I still have those friends close to me.
Oh, they don't know, or they do?
Oh no, they know.
Oh,
They
okay.
know. They always knew that this is something I would get into.
Okay.
Crazy thing is, like the other day, I was just speaking to my friend. I used to always try to get her to record videos with me, and we used to make music videos back then, like little cute stuff like that.
Yeah.
And she was just telling me how proud she is proud of she is of me, because she just knew that one day, like, this would be something that I would be doing.
Nice.
Well, I would say in the rise of doing social media, I did have a boyfriend at the time, and
that's too long,
I
right?
was at that time I wasn't blowing up or nothing like that, but he would always still encourage me to make videos. I would never make videos with him. He was never really a social media person.
Okay.
He never really got jealous until things started to really take off. He kind of was getting a little bit insecure about it, especially.
Sounds familiar.
And I'm not really. He wasn't used to me getting that type of attention from that many people, and that's probably one of the reasons why we didn't work out for that.
That's a shame.
So doing what you do, where did most of your support come from?
Women. 90, like, I think I checked my analytics. It said like 92% of the people that follow me are women.
Love it. From where though?
Oh yeah, that too. I see my demographics. Big chunk of them are from Philadelphia. Like, I think a good
awesome.
15%.
Philly.
We have Chicago. We have Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta.
ATL.
Houston, LA, New York. That is where the most of my audience is from.
Nice.
So, yeah.
That's good.
Any overseas?
Yes, Australia.
Wow.
And a few African countries too.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
Yeah.
So have you considered like expanding your brand, so to speak, like traveling? For example, like say you set up a contract with Mac, and you would go to like different Mac stores or different Sephora's, and then maybe promote some of the products from companies that you have contracts with. Like, have you thought about that? I just literally just gave you like a whole thing.
Yes, I actually.
You should totally do that. So like in the cities where you're big, so if you have your following is in Atlanta, Chicago, whatever, you, at a Mac store, be like, hey guys, I'm coming to a city near you, like, and I'm gonna do like, and you know, you feel me?
I actually tried to plan that with another influencer.
Yeah.
And we wanted to travel to all of those cities I named. We wanted to do like a meet and greet travel type of situation. Now that some influencers do, but not too many, because that's a lot to go to so many different cities.
Yeah.
And that was something we were gonna plan last year in the summertime. We took 6 months to plan, but it never really happened. Not, I wouldn't say because of me. I don't want to talk bad about anybody else. But
we don't know
they didn't
we don't know who you're talking about.
Everybody didn't do what they were supposed to have done, which is why it didn't go through. But it could have happened.
Okay.
It could have been very possible. But
in the very near future, I see it for you.
In the future, for sure.
Yeah.
That's something I will probably do. Probably by myself. Then.
I think by yourself. Would
Yeah.
be great.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
And how many followers do you have?
2.5 million.
Nice. Whoa.
Crazy. Killing it.
That's awesome.
Ayanna Sabrina is out here killing it.
What's your
Everything is Ayanna Sabrina.
Okay.
Ayanna Sabrina on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on
everything
YouTube,
is Ayanna Sabrina, but I really don't be on Twitter. I'm not really a tweet reader.
Okay.
I be seeing
TikTok number one, right?
I like
yeah,
Twitter.
TikTok is number one. TikTok is where it's at. I honestly think that is the most. TikTok and YouTube. TikTok and YouTube.
YouTube up there?
YouTube is up there. They have shorts. They have YouTube shorts now, so it's like short form content now.
The companies that you connect with, right? The makeup companies or brands, like how do you kind of seek that, or do they come for you? So talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so they companies are always looking for influencers, and they reached out to me. There have been times where I have tried to reach out to companies, but it's much easier when they see you and they want you and they want to work with you. It's harder to get companies to see you if you're sending them emails. The best way to reach out to them to get their attention is to practically, promote their items for free. Like if you want to work with, I don't know, a clothing company, buy their clothes and start doing clothing hauls, and maybe send them the video.
Okay.
So they could see how how good the video is and see how well it's done. So that way they can consider working with you, because some companies, what they will do is, say for example, I promote like lip gloss, they will take my video, send it to me, and say, we want you to make this exact same video that you made for this company for us.
Like it, love it.
That's great.
Were you ever
Thanks,
scared that
yeah.
it was scams with the company trying to reach out to you?
Scams, I have gotten, like, I wouldn't say necessarily scam, but I have some companies try to, like, how do I say this? Like, they think that I would accept anything and do
Lowball.
lowball me.
Right.
Yeah, I have gotten the low balls, but I tend to like ignore those emails.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't have to really worry about them too
That's
much.
a black people thing, you know. We all try to get lowball because we take anything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. It's a
It's a
I
fact.
was just about to ask you, do you turn down any companies or any brands that you don't like? And why? Can you give us a reason why?
Yeah. I turn down 99% of the companies that reach out to me.
Wow.
I probably get anywhere from like 20 to 30 companies that reach out to me every single day. Big reasons why I don't work with certain companies. Some companies, my audience are young women. Some of the items they might want me to promote could be like, I don't know if I can say this on a podcast, but it could be like a sex toy or something like that.
Okay.
I'm like, oh,
things that you aren't familiar with.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not about to promote that to everybody.
them big old
Yeah. I'm not about to show that to everybody. I also have family. My grandma watch me. My cousins watch me. My aunt.
Yeah.
I'm not about to tell everybody, get this dildo. Like, we're not doing that. I've had companies like this one company wanted to send me a what's it called? What's the treadmill? And I'm like, how do I even do that? Like, do I look like I don't even promote workout equipment?
They trying to expand you, girl.
You could have did something real creative with that, but like doing your makeup on the treadmill. So guys,
It's just, and that's another thing too. Like, I want to do things that are original to me. I don't want I don't want my audience to see this and be like, why is she just
doing any old thing, right?
Anything. And there's some influencers that do that, and I don't bash them at all because I get your money, do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but you gotta stand for something. Though.
Yeah, you
just can't do everything.
Right.
But I think one of the main questions is, how do you know your worth?
How do I know my worth? I base that off of the time that I take to make the video, what exactly they're into. When it comes to specifically beauty, fashion, and makeup, anything beauty related.
Yeah.
I already have like a set rate, but if it comes to a company that has something like that I usually don't promote, I charge more because I don't do this kind of work.
Okay.
So it's out of my realm. So therefore, I had to do more research, figure out more details about the company.
Right.
Their videos might require more editing.
Right.
That goes up.
More work, more money.
Right.
Yeah,
Basically.
because I don't usually do that type of work, and also a lot of companies use my videos for ads. You ever see YouTube ads, Instagram ads period? That also that adds up because they're buying my content. And there's been times where I've made content that I didn't post. They just use my content for them to use on their platforms.
I feel you. Right. So then that gets into finances. Then, what are you making as an influencer?
Okay, I can't tell you the exact amount, but I can tell you figures. Depends on a partnership, but the highest partnership that I've had was 6 figures.
Nice.
Wow.
And it was towards the end of last year that I received that.
Okay. Awesome.
Really?
How many like contracts do you do a year?
This year, it has to be at least 100.
And what does
Nice.
the contract look like? Like, what is it? You don't have to tell us for detail, like what is in there, but what do they say within it? Like, as far as you have to put out a certain amount of videos for them, like you have to, with clothing wise, do you have to? Do they tell you like a sample box where you have to put this shirt, this top together, or they want you to style this wig a certain way, like things like that?
Well, with most companies, they mostly want me to be creative because they know exactly they know that I know exactly what my audience likes to see.
Okay.
So sometimes they might have like a script that they want in there to add in there. To me, it comes off fake. I actually like the one that give me creative control, so that way, like, everything can flow. It don't even look like an ad. It don't look like I'm promoting anything. It's just me talking.
Okay.
Right.
But yeah, in the contract it also shows like how many videos I have to post a month, how long the videos have to be, the captions, hashtags, the sounds is very important because sometimes the music can be copyrighted if they decide to post it on other platforms. Sometimes I can't add music. I can't show any other companies in the video.
Okay.
I can't have nobody else in the video. And sometimes they have lighting. Say, for example, they don't like the video. They have, sometimes they have multiple revisions. So I probably have to keep making the video until they like it.
Interesting.
So, do you see yourself expanding?
Oh yes, of course. I know that I always want to do more. Like I always want.
So you're gonna take the people on your wing and teach them what you know.
Now I don't think I'll necessarily have like an influencer class. There's already a bunch out there like that already, and truthfully, for anybody that wants to start social media, yeah, you can buy the virtual classes. That's cool because you get all the information all at once, but I think at the end of the day, even with that information, I know a lot of people buy those classes and still don't take the initiative to start.
It's a skill.
But yeah, it is a skill. It has to be something that you really want. You even with those classes, you still have to do the research for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no one shoes fit all. Everybody's different. Everybody has different content they want to post, different niches, what's popular, what's trending. Those type of classes are only going to help us so much. They'll push you so you can start. You know how to edit. You know what type of cameras to receive, but you don't know until you get into it for yourself and just start looking into yourself. Because if you want it, you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Period.
Bigger companies pay a lot of money. A lot of money for advertisement. So when we get these individual influencers, it costs them way cheaper.
Yeah.
And they try to give you a little bit of money because make you feel like you're getting something, 10,000, 20,000, which is really not the other money paid millions.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper for them, and they make you work harder too. So and it's a good thing that you know your worth. I would stand by what I know and keep know your value most importantly.
Yeah, it is cheaper. Most companies are doing influencer marketing because it is the cheapest and it's the most organic. People tend to buy things that they see the hottest celebrity has, which is why a lot of companies try to use celebrities for commercials and stuff like that, because people tend to want with who they look up to have. So I think it is smart for these companies to get into influencer marketing. It is the cheapest, it's the most organic, and these videos can just blow up like that. Somebody could have like maybe 5,000 followers. They make a video of this company, it blows up to 1 million views. Their company sells out from that one video that small creator made, and you never know. I think it's smart for anybody who decides to get into social media because of the fact that there's a lot of brands that want to work with influencers. They're constantly looking for influencers.
Social media is growing so much. It's like it's just keep growing and growing and growing. Past 10 years or so much?
Oh yeah, probably way before that too, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So Ayanna, I know we talked about you starting off at 17, right? So as far as other people that may have are younger people that are looking up to you, what is a good age? Do you think 17 or younger, or like what do you think?
Okay, so me thinking back, when I started social media, I was like probably 10 years old. But I would not recommend 10-year-olds being on social media because it's so much information. Back then, with social media, it was popular, but you wasn't on it all day like you are now. You probably was on there maybe a couple times a week just to post a family photo. Ain't nobody was really looking at it. There was never really any influencers, really. Everybody was just posting funny videos and pictures and stuff like that. It wasn't a big deal. But social media has changed since then. And me, like, if I had a child, I wouldn't allow them to be on social media at 10. I see, kids on there, and it's like, ooh, because they're so young.
Yeah.
And I don't care what no one says. They say TikTok is a children's app. It has changed. There's a lot of adults on TikTok now, and they post a lot of vulgar things, and I don't think they should, have access to those type of videos. They need to, be a child, and seeing all of that at once, we already have TV now with social media. It's like, it's so much information.
Right.
But people really do follow social media. It's tough to do. They really take it to heart, like it means something.
Yeah.
And I noticed, I learned this on my own. Like, I seen this one ad where they was talking about Dave & Buster is owned by Busta Rhymes and Dave Chappelle. And they were so serious. And I was like, wait, I had to research this. I looked it up. It wasn't. But it just shows you how people believe in this stuff so deeply, you know? By memes and things. And it do damage a lot of family. It damages a lot of the family and thoughts because people all think that, you know, oh, I don't need this. But, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, social media is the thing, but and you know, in everything you can get good and bad.
Yeah.
I think you take the good and run with it to make it better.
Oh yeah, because social media has definitely helped me, has educated me so much. I am the way I am because of social media. My parents too, you know, everybody around me. But social media has taught me so much. But I feel like if I would just say two reasons. If you're not either working on social media or you have family you're connected to or watching funny videos, I feel like then you probably shouldn't waste your time with doing social media.
Okay. You said it taught you a lot. Like, give us some lessons that you've learned.
I've learned a lot about being an entrepreneur, starting a business.
Okay.
And I've also learned how to, you know, the equipment that I have. I've learned like what type of equipment that even certain influencers were using that I was trying to get into to even start social media. It also helped me with school when I was in school. Even like I don't know, my daily life, like even the things that are my life, my room, like it taught me about, you know, my friendships, you know, connection with people, being spiritual. Like I learned so much because of social media.
Yeah.
Has it built your confidence too?
Yes, it has built my confidence a lot. Like now I'm a way better person. It's not just because of social media. I mean, I would say myself as well, my own character. But social media was a big part in that as well.
Do you ever feel like you've been overlooked? If so, why? Do you ever notice your videos not being like promoted, so to speak? And if so, like why? What are the factors, right? Have you been discriminated against, so to speak, with the companies, with the you know, apps as well? So speak a bit about that.
Okay, so I have a few other influencer friends. A lot of them are all different demographics: Black, white, Asian, Spanish, and you can tell the difference of even like payment, how companies respond to certain influencers. There was one particular influencer that I was friends with back in 2021. I had a bigger audience than her, but companies still offered her way more. We the same company, and they still offer her more.
What color was her?
She was white.
Of course.
And that's I'm not necessarily hating on her. You know, she's doing her own thing. But these companies, they already know that
Who they want to push.
Yeah, they know who they want to push. And they know that a lot of the time when it comes to their products, who are the main ones buying.
Correct.
So they're not really looking for us to buy.
Well, sure,
they're not really looking to promote to us. Unless it's a hair company. Hair companies always work with black girls.
Right.
I don't know any of them.
Because that's
who
our
are
funds.
those
Yeah, exactly. They promote to, they
Purchasing.
use who they, you know, they want the audience they want their audience to know, they want to find somebody that looks like their audience.
True,
so
right.
they feel more comfortable buying. Like, oh, if this is how it looks on her, I'll get it for myself.
And what's so crazy is even black girls will buy based on the white girl.
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
at one
it's just-
point, it wasn't, we weren't, even when it came to social media, when social media was just starting out, the main ones doing social media, everybody, the main popular ones, even now, are it's all white. You know, it's not too
And it's
many
not-
really big.
I don't think it's because they got skills. I think because of promotion. Because they get promoted more. You know,
Yeah.
they get boosted more, they get promoted more because they want, you know, I believe the more skill is with the black people.
Yeah.
Like how you just naturally had it.
Right.
I mean, you know, had the skill and you take it up to 2.7 million people on your own with these struggles, with the beatdown of being discriminated. You did great. It's a battle to get into the field of, you know, that type of fame and money and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it, you know, we do the best of what we do,
Yeah.
and we do it really good.
Very well, yeah.
When you started off, who helped you, who promote you, who really give you a boost, like who really influenced you?
That's a good question.
Family wise, not
Yeah.
like your parents, your brother, sister,
Okay. Well, I wouldn't say no one necessarily promoted me. And I didn't really
How much
care.
of
Well, okay. Well, I mean, that's what he does now. Like, now he talks
No,
about
like
it.
did
But
he
when
did he show you the equipment? Did he encourage you? Like.
Well, the thing is, my dad was never like, hey, learn how to edit, learn how to film. He was already doing these things, and I was I was interested. I have other brothers and sisters. I have 2 sisters and a brother. They don't really do this, because they weren't really interested. We had, the same time, same opportunities to, be with my dad to learn these things. But that's not what they wanted to do, So, and I never really had anyone try to, like, necessarily promote me or, like, push me to do it. But it's like when I seen the camera and seen him editing, I was like, that is what I want to do.
It was exciting for you.
It was really exciting for me.
So you love what you do?
I love what I do. This was like my dream job.
Got it. Love it.
Yeah.
How much longer does an influencer have to be relevant, so to speak, in your opinion? Do you think people who want to get into this field should consider being an influencer or kind of research the next wave, like the next big thing?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Do you think they should
All right. So
try to follow their dreams like you did?
I kind of had a feeling you would ask me this question.
Yeah.
Because everybody asks this question. Like, how long do you think you'll be doing influencing? Forever. So however long, I'll just keep riding the boat, to see how long this goes. Because I see older influencers. I watch older influencers, and I'm like, so if they're still doing this is not going anywhere. There's still an audience. I don't know if y'all watch. What's his name? Joe.
Judge Joe Brown?
I forgot his name, but he was like, I think he was like on a reality TV show. He's also a rapper.
Joe.
Joe.
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
Yeah. He has a podcast.
Yeah, he's also on YouTube. He's also on TikTok. He's also on all other platforms as well.
Joe Budden.
Is he like 50?
He's older.
50 something. Yeah, exactly.
You know him. He had like one super popular rap song. I can't really remember what it is at this particular moment, but you know.
Yeah, but when I see that, I'm like, this is not going anywhere because there's always going to be audience. And there's also going to be audience that's going to continue to grow with me. But
like you said, though, so maybe it'll turn into something different. But like you said, since social media has changed so much, I just feel like I want to say trajectory maybe of influencing will change as well.
Oh yeah, influencing has definitely changed. I've heard some bigger influencers that are even bigger than me talk about, anybody can be an influencer. And it's not because anybody can be an influencer, it's more so because this person is relatable. We've never seen this type of person before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So now we're seeing different types of people with different types of lives, lives popping off.
Yeah.
Because some people can relate to it now.
Right. Yeah.
We've been pushed to the same type of person, the same type of lifestyle. Now you have somebody living in a van. And everybody's interested. This person living in their van. I don't know if you saw that girl that was really popular. She blew up on YouTube because she lived in her van.
A white girl?
Yep.
No. I think she was.
She like mixed.
She looked mixed. She looked mixed.
Okay.
And there's a lot of people ever since she, started posting on her van life. A lot of influencers who lived in vans started to like promote themselves because it's a cheaper way of living.
Yeah. Yes. I heard of it. She does this because she wants to. It's not because she can't afford to live somewhere else.
Well, no,
she lives in her van because she wants to. Yeah.
No,
actually, she recently bought a house. So that was pretty cool.
Was she homeless?
She wasn't homeless.
She just wanted to live in her van and save money.
Save
She's
money.
like a hippie. You know, the hippie people traveling and stuff. Yes.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But you see, it's like the different lifestyles. That is something that's starting to pop off now because people are interested in.
Intriguing.
Yeah, I've seen some nurses like. They talk about their process in college. There's some kids, students who are in college right now who would love to see videos that they could relate to. They don't always have to see the same lifestyle that they feel like they could never obtain.
Right.
But now I get to see somebody like me, and I feel comfortable where I am at, and so I think that is mostly what's popular. People who are doing different things that are still interested and has an audience.
As far as your goals,
Yes.
right? Do you write them down? Do you manifest them? Do you pray over them? What do you do to keep you on track to make sure that you, you hit those?
Yeah, and it's very important for me to write everything. I have a whole bunch of documents that I type up just to keep myself organized, because I don't have a boss. I don't have no one that watches over me and tells me, oh, you need to get it right now at this time to start recording, edit it at this time. I always have to keep myself scheduled, so I always have a book calendar, so I know what days I record, what times I have to edit, and I also do daily to-do lists. I write them the night before, so that way I can stay on track every day.
So what about, have you seen a lot of things come that you just sporadically wrote down come to fruition?
Yeah, I actually I recently read my old journal from 3 years ago. I wrote a list of things that I wanted to do, and the things that I wanted to have, and it was a list of 10 things, and I've achieved 9 out of 10 of those things.
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
I was like, and I completely forgot I wrote that. So to look back on it and see it now, it's like, oh, I'm doing something right.
Yeah, that's
Good.
awesome. Good.
What do you want to say? How do you want to end?
Well, one thing I will say, anybody who wants to really be an influencer, I would say expect nothing. Expect nothing for starting out, because when I first started out, I thought I was going nowhere. And it took years of learning how to create a niche for myself to know where I wanted to be. So when you first start off, don't expect, oh, I'm getting all this money, I'm getting all this fame. That's not how it goes. You have to put in the work, and you have to want to do it too.
You love it.
And yeah, it has to be. I'm sorry, but it has to be a passion. Unless you got a whole team with you and you guys are like doing this together. But if it's just you, it has to be something you want to do. Because if not, you're gonna give up. And if you go a year without making any type of money, this is not for me. But if you really wanted to do it, you would keep pushing. I never thought that I would get this far, if I'm being honest, first starting out. I thought maybe I'd probably reach like 50,000 followers or something, and I was okay with that. I didn't expect to get this far. So all I can say is, if I can do it, you can do it too. Because I did not, first starting out, I didn't really have too many expectations. And I would say, don't. Just start and just stay consistent. And I would just say, look at yourself 5 years from now. Make content that you could see yourself seeing in the future, and that aligns with your future as well. Because I know a lot of people have done crazy things to blow up, and then years later they regret how they presented themselves. But I would say, like, stick to your morals, and stay consistent. Consistency. That's probably, and discipline. Forget motivation. Motivation out the picture, because that can dwindle over time. Just stay determined and disciplined, consistent, and have fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it.
Well, I just want to say you are beautiful. You have a wonderful voice, by the way. So
Thank you.
Yes, she does. And a beautiful face, personality, everything.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on our show. We had an amazing time talking to you.
I would love to come back.
Yes, most definitely.
We're bringing you back. So we
Ayanna,
can talk
Sabrina.
about the next part of what we're going to talk about is we're going to go into depth about how what you do affects your relationships and your social life. It's like, no, we don't have to. I was just teasing because we talked about that.
So I think it's a beautiful thing that we have Ayanna, Sabrina on here, because this is actually our first interview, right?
Yes.
So this was amazing. I just thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for your support, especially with us, starting off and everything like that. We want to wish you all the best, and we hope to see you soon again.
Yes.
Hope you blow up some more.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This is The Outlet, the podcast. And never forget, your number one power source is you. Everything you need to succeed is within.
Be a blessing to others, most definitely.
All right, and that's a wrap. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.